Alright, let's dive into some more games here, huh? So, this is Ashe Shyvana. We've played various Shyvana builds over since she's been released, and I think that there's probably a good chance that this card can be competitive in the right home. I think one of the things that's been clunky so far in a lot of builds that people played her in is they're trying to play her with a bunch of really expensive dragons and a full-on dragon-themed deck. And I think in conjunction with things like Concerted Strike and Single Combat, and honestly just her attacking, has 4 power when she attacks, she's pretty self-enabling. Her leveled mode gives you a lot of control over her game. So not only does she give you herself +2/+2 every time she attacks, but she creates a fleeting Strafing Strike, which basically with the Strafing Strikes heal 2, and her giving herself +2/+2, on your attack turns, she basically has +4 life towards fighting something. And then when we combine these fights along with the various frostbites in this deck that we have with Ashe, fighting things with 0 power is really, really good and easy. So Ashe, our other champion here, Frostbite's the strongest enemy every turn. She levels when she's seen you Frostbite 5+ things, and then her leveled mode says enemies with 0 power can't block. So the only other dragon that I'm playing directly alongside Shyvana here is 3 copies of Screeching Dragon, which is a very good rate unit. Has Challenger and Fury, so very good at helping us control the board and just having a decent stat line. And then I am also playing 3 copies of Egghead Researcher here at the bottom end of the curve, just like an okay 2-drop that blocks decent against aggro, and this also generates us some extra random dragons. It basically draws us a slightly lower than average quality card, because like a random dragon isn't quite as good as draw a card, but it's pretty close, especially if we have Shyvana and we want more dragons to hit things with. The main core of this deck past that is very similar to the Lux Ashe deck that's up on my website. I basically took that shell and substituted in Shyvana and then some other lower curve things, trimming some of these 6 mana pieces of top end since we don't have Lux looking to cast those cards anymore. And then one other thing to note in this deck is that Babbling Berg is again a tutor for exactly Ashe. So when he comes into play, he draws a unit with 5+ power, and Ashe is literally the only 5+ power unit in our deck. So we know that Berg is always going to draw us an Ashe. In fact, in this build, leveled Shyvana doesn't even have 5 attacks, so even once we level her, Berg is always drawing Ashe. Let's go ahead and dive on into some game ladder with this one and see how it goes. Good morning, Kiwi. Just as a normal etiquette type thing for people at home, you should never come into a streamer's channel and say, hey, are you sick? Hey, do you feel okay? It's a lot like asking a woman who's overweight if she's pregnant. It's basically a 0 upside thing to ask. Either you're right and they're not feeling well and you're just needling them about the fact that they sound bad, or 2, they thought they were feeling okay, but you're coming in and say, hey, streamer, you kind of sound like shit. Why you sound like shit today, streamer? So, like, neither of those things are particularly pleasant.
Bless the faithful and sear the heretics. A chill in the air.
Broad attacks here. I don't really want to challenge this Rhinefang Wolf, and I don't think their deck can play out anything that I really want to challenge on 3. And like, they're playing Leona with Oriental here, so they almost assuredly have the 3/2 Sun Daybreak cards, so start by attacking.
No mercy for heretics.
Are the game volumes okay? The game volumes might be a touch loud, or are they at an okay level? Bastion was kind of quiet last night, so I pulled it up.
'Tis no mercy for heretics.
'Cause I think the game volumes might be a touch loud, or are they at an okay level? Bastion was kind of quiet last night, so I pulled it up. 'Cause I think the game volumes might be a touch loud, or are they at an okay level? Bastion was kind of quiet last night, so I pulled it up.
Daylight warms the heart and lights the way.
Volume's fine. Still fine, sure. The sounds of this game are good, so if they're a little bit higher than I normally have them, as long as it's still balanced decently with my voice, it's reasonable. And again, we know that this Babbling Berg is always drawing an Ashe here, so we're going to get to play this and pick up an Ashe.
I know these paths well. Eyes blazing bright as torches.
Faster than my arrow?
Mountain Scryer is interesting. So, this is an Allegiance card, which would imply they're a heavily target deck. I wonder what Iona cards they're splashing for. Yes, I do, generally speaking, try to match our stuff up. Falling Comet on you. With two single combats here, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and take a little bit of an aggressive turn here and single combat these against each other, so that way after this comet I can crack them for 3 and kill their 1/2. Yeah, Deny and Nopify could be very reasonable cards. You know, Feel the Rush is a very good card right now, so. Pale Cascade. Yikes. At least we still trade here. Another Rhymefang here too. Rhymefang Wolf, so we'll be able to drop down Shaman on their turn, and then on our next turn we can play another Wolf to start getting challenging.
Daylight star will rule the skies.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
It is time.
Who gets frostbitten? Flip a coin, basically. I think it's left to right, actually. Nope, not left to right. Got it. I definitely want to play a unit with Challenger this turn.
The dawn has arrived.
And so has its overbearing warrior.
I'm gonna hang tight on this single combat for now. So there could be merit to doing this here, so that way we frostbite something else next turn with Rhymefang. But I think I want to wait to use the single combat with the dragon until I get Shyvana into play. I'm gonna get to bank the spell mana this turn anyways. Hey, Big Stan, thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't think I've heard the Golden Sister with Leona before. I try, isn't tough. I try.
Targon's history is in each stone and star.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
What was it? I wasn't paying attention. The voice line says, the sun has arrived, and then the Golden Sister says, and so has its lawyer. Do we want to single combat these? I think we want to single combat these here, huh? And then, after this levels up from Fury, if I Concerted Strike, I actually get to level Shyvana here. It's very possible I should be playing more Concerted Strikes. Okay, and there's Deny that we kind of expected them to have.
The frost reveals all to me.
Okay, easy open on attacks here.
My fury.
Gonna hook this here, gonna hook this here. Yeah, I would assume that that's what they're doing, that they're mono Targon splashing Deny. Do I want to flash freeze this to keep it alive? Keep my thing alive. I think so. Having Rhymefang Wolf with Shaman here in the face of a potential Orient Soul next turn feels valuable. Them hushing there means they can't level her this turn, which is great.
I'm standing right here, friend.
That's a pretty good one. Do I want to use my mana and kill this turn? They don't have deny mana up here, which is ideal. And this doesn't get notified. Strike first, strike second.
Do not test me.
Yeah, I agree. Leveling Shyvana seems worthwhile.
Now I take to the sky.
Yeah, I mean the allegiance, the invoke mechanic is really good. This card's good if you hit with it. Pretty sure we're just dropping the infernal here. Man, what a tilter.
I am the bulwark against darkness.
What do I think of Rally in this deck? I think Rally's a little bit too one-dimensional. I think if I wanted more interaction, I would probably play things like, it's really unfortunate we didn't get to do that beforehand, because it would have made Shyvana too big to deal 6-2. Oh, that's not true. It would have silenced her first. It doesn't matter. I'm wrong. I think the card I would like to try and fit more copies of in this deck is Concerted Strike. The card's real good.
Strike quickly, strike boldly.
This is going to kill my Rhyme Fang Wolf, which is unfortunate.
The frost reveals all to me.
I think we definitely want to open on attacks, so that way, in the event that they have a way to trigger Daybreak, they can't stun one of my giant guys. Rhyme to Shaman is very good. This is another card that could potentially, like, should there be another copy in here?
Light.
Correct. There are no fast or burst Daybreak cards. They're all slow, which is a great design in my opinion.
I'm something of an aspiring ecologist.
That's really good. Egghead Researcher is so good, chat. He's so good. Just my 2-drop, dropping bombs. Alright, how about this for open attacks next turn? Yeah, when your 2-drop draws you a 7-drop that draws you a 10-drop.
Sends chills up my spine.
Yeah, completely agree, Limpton. I kind of want another Concerted Strike. That card's really good in general. Morning, Hexa. I just don't know where I fit this in. If it's crazy to cut Harsh Winds, that would drag my curve down a touch. Like, Harsh Winds is pretty good with Ashe, but I feel like I could probably get by without this effect. Like, I feel like Flash Freeze is probably better. And, like, this is like a big thing. Do we just run Strafing Strike? No, I think Concerted Strike is the one you want, because Strike with Shyvana and Screeching Dragon, like, almost does all of the leveling for her, which is huge. Hey, we've got a good number of Frostbites. We've got Ice Veil, Flash Freeze, and Rhyme to Shaman. Have a good one, Cody. Thanks for dropping in. Quintivis! Thanks for cashing that Prime this way again. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So I'm pretty sure we mulligan these two. I don't want Iceveil Archer as my 2-drop against their Vile Feast deck. Omen Hawk on 1 is great. Kindly Cavern Keeper is a 3/3 on 3 is great, I think. I'm a liar. I'm gonna mulligan all of these looking for better 2s. Sure. Hawk into Hawk sounds fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty solid curve. Nah, I think Flash Freeze is a lot better than Brittle Steel right now, especially with like this archetype going around. Shame I played this last turn and can't single combat this before they ramp. I think I need to do this turn to play. There could be merit to playing this before I attack, but that's pretty bad against Harsh Winds. Or it's pretty bad against Avalanche. Sorry, we were just talking about Harsh Winds.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
Bow to your king!
No, things with 0 power cannot strike. Is the thing to note. As you can see there.
Dragons, such fascinating creatures.
I'm standing right here, friend.
What a specimen. You got a problem?
I did Lost Axiom. I tweeted about it. It's great.
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
We'll see what they do here. I kind of want to single combat these to finish this off. I'm worried about Avalanche, and I'm worried about Vile Feast. See, now I get to do this. Thanks, Giddy. I tried.
The trolls are
Going to war. This is, the trolls are going to war there. Just for the record, I have a person on the inside, and that was the message in the Trump campaign as they started filing lawsuits this morning.
All the world on one arrow. Arrow flies.
Easy open attacks here. I mean, you can fire off a bunch of lawsuits with no evidence. That's definitely a thing you're able to do. It's possible I should have kindly Tavern Keeper last turn. It's very possible. What do I want to play out here? I think I want to sandbag this one for now. Like, I've already attacked this turn. I think I want them to not know that this is coming. Also, they're going to get to Ice Pillar, level this up, and I'd prefer this not get me invulnerable next turn, right?
I am watching you, dragon.
I mean, I think I'd rather have the dragon than Ashe, right? Or do you think I'd rather keep Ashe? I don't know, feel like I can go either way on that one. Their deck usually play Ruination. It does, yeah. Considering playing, like, what threats I want to play into potential Ruination is also very, very big consideration as well.
Always holding the Freljord. One troll to rule them all. Can't handle a little cold.
How close are we to leveling Ashe? Not very. Morning, grapple. Yep.
Show me a worthy opponent.
You could have fought by my side.
Locked and ready.
These trundles are going to be very large. 1, 2, 3, 4 at a minimum.
Welcome death. Bow to your king.
Man, not hooking these with these are so greedy. Like, if I had a frostbite, we could just kill this.
Stay back.
Well, we're going to 1, huh? So this draws Flash Freeze.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Adonis, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate the entire year of support. Welcome back. Let's get you started to go with that shield. So, if I would have led on Tavern Keeper for this, we would have beat this Avalanche, right? So I messed this up. So I needed this to be, I needed to level Ashe up, chat. So
Lively, soldier.
I can't level Ashe up anymore.
Cold.
She's 2 off of leveling. So if I would have kept that Ashe in play, I would have been able to level her when she attacked. So if I would have led on this and then played this to draw the other Ashe, this would have survived Vile Feast and Avalanche there, and then we would have gotten to go Flash Freeze, attack, and then we would have killed them. Yeah, because the Rime Fang, well, the Rime Fang Wolf would have been dead, but I think we would have been good, right? Yeah, so close game that I ultimately ended up messing up there on the last turn.
Unacceptable.
Would have lost to Atrocity. And all of our lines lost to Atrocity. Bot smiles. All of our lines lost to Atrocity plus, whatever it's called there. Atrocity plus Avalanche. We did not have sequences that allowed us to play around Atrocity. Am I keeping you? I might be keeping you. This is our third game in, and it's our second Field Rush deck. The opponent's archetype is easily the most popular deck on the lineup right now.
What's that noise?
It's not particularly close. Trundle is almost assuredly getting nerfed. Yeah, it didn't though, Boss Smiley, because if they have Avalanche, we die to Atrocity because after I play Berg, my Flash Freeze turns back into an Ashe.
I'm something of an aspiring trichologist.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening with the Trundle nerf, but it's definitely coming. Card's just a pile of stats that are too good. Yeah, point of health could very easily be it. I think I'm just playing Kindly Tavern Keeper here for no value. Just getting a 4/4 into play.
Faster than my arrow?
I think not.
King of Trolls coming through.
Nah, probably not, Martian.
I'll follow where I can.
Yeah, like, and for people that are, like, enjoying Trundle decks that are like, oh no, I'm sad they're gonna nerf him, this isn't Magic, right? Like, they don't ban cards, they rebalance them. So, like, Trundle is almost assuredly still going to be a playable card after his change. Losing regen. I very highly doubt he would lose regen. That's like a troll. That's like a flavor mechanic type thing. We have an Avalanche plus a Vile Feast here, which means I get to single combat these.
Can see the Devastian border from here.
Ancient things trapped in the ice. Having a little steel capsule.
Yeah, I think Trundle being a 4/5 or a 3/5 is probably the most likely outcome. Pretty sure we're just opening on attacks here against the Ruination deck.
Stand together.
Look out for Reavers.
Yeah, they could also pull his mana cost up. Pulling his mana cost up would be a huge change because right now you can Trundle on 4 if you play one of the deck's ramp spells, and that's huge. Leaving all of his stats the same and pulling him up a mana could also be very reasonable. I don't think changing him to a 3/6 does anything. I think changing him to a 3/6 would be a non-change. I don't think that really makes sense. I just pass here. I think I just pass here, right? I agree with that, Smith. Like, I want a single combat or concerted strike, but like if I single combat here, they have a Vile Feast, I get blown out. Play Rhyme Thing. and see what they do. Do they have the Avalanche? They have an Ice Quake, huh? It's mostly pointless for people in chat to speculate over what will happen. There's, as is basically always the case in Runeterra, there's 100 different knobs they could twist, and debating which ones are best doesn't really result in anything productive. Yeah, I mean, like, these decks play Unspeakable Horror sometimes, too. Although this opponent had played a Hapless Researcher, which I think usually takes the Unspeakable Horror slot. So probably a little bit less likely that they have that one.
One arrow.
Steve Rubin mentioned that Trundle's problem is him being too good at stalling and being unkillable, so I highly doubt there's a nerf to his attack power. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we just do this to not get cracked for 8 here.
Take you.
So Ashe is one freeze away from leveling here. The fact that they thought about this attack for a minute makes me think they either have Avalanche or are thinking about trying to play to that as an out. Hey Slip, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I think she's just a really sweet card in general. I think viewing her through that lens is important. And like we've mentioned the other time before, like, people have talked about, oh wait, are they still dead? They're not dead because they gained 1, right? I can put them to 1? Fucking Vile Feast, man. Flippin' Vile Feast.
Dragonfire. Ashe, I didn't expect this.
Fate can be cruel.
Show me a target.
Oh, she levels on attack. I forgot she gains a point. I knew she leveled, but I forgot she gained a point. Alright. Exactsies. Nailed it. 3-2 challenger for 2 coming in clutch. By the skin of our teeth, chat. The skin of our teeth. Nice. Sweet.
Now begins a new era of
It's early. In my head, I had the you can't block and I get to challenge your only blocker. I didn't have the gaining an extra attack. Was the part that my brain didn't make the connection on. I think that's probably too good, D-Rock. I think they want Shyvana to be not just a random beater. Because, like, her leveled mode is a control mid-range card. So, like, not making her just a big dumb beater is, Jinx Straven. Yeah, this deck's great. If you like this deck with Ashe and Challengers, you should definitely check out the Lux Ashe deck up on my website. I just finished redoing all the Runeterra deck pages up there. A lot of great stuff, including that.
No one's the wiser. This'll shake 'em.
Winter take you.
Yeah, I agree, Lost Axiom.
Anything helps.
I think Runeterra right now very easily has more playable cards than most constructed formats in other games, just because of the range of things that are playable.
It's Draven time.
Dragons, such fascinating creatures.
It's a good hit.
Let's boogie. I'll protect the villages.
What is this?
Now we're cooking.
Vision is a fucked up card. Vision with spinning axes especially is just real obnoxious. This plus this might get us back in the game.
I have my orders.
They have a Mystic Shot here, we just die. Or an Oxygen Fervor. Alright, Rhyme Pink Wolf happened. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next turn, going down to 4. Then we're inside Decimate range, so probably dead.
Behind ya.
Milk Steak, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome to Hooglandia.
All the world on one arrow.
The answer is here somewhere. Immerse yourself in the unknown.
Continue without me.
You were forged in dragon fire.
Ready weapon.
Alright, gotta eat the elusives. Probably still dead here. Like I said, 4 is a pretty precarious life total. We only have 2 innkeepers in this build right now, which may or may not be right. It was tough to find room to fit everything we wanted to play.
A chill in the air.
Have a good one, Squid.
Don't let them through!
Pretty sure I need to keep myself out of, pretty sure I need to keep myself out of Get Excited range.
These big as tombstones. I have the
Heal after you heal with
Think
what?
not.
What am I missing? What are you seeing that I'm missing? We aim to please, Mono.
As the arrow flies.
Definitely killing Mr. Draven here. Oh yeah, these are Bergs, not Tavern Keepers.
Time for the moneymakers.
Okay.
Draven.
And we have Concerted Strike to beat a Jinx, so we basically just have to like not get decimated.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's dragon!
Yeah, we need to strike before they attack, but what else do I want to play in addition to my strike? It's probably just Shyvana, right? Because if I play Shyvana and I kill with the Fury Dragon, Shyvana levels next turn. It might also be right. Yeah, it might also be right to play this, hoping to hit something nice. I think that might actually be the line. She does level, giving us more removal for next turn. That's true. No, she doesn't, because she won't be leveled when we attack. I'm gonna do Egg Researcher here.
Less we fear.
This game is so incredibly close. I think we play this and go get Ashe.
Up there in the mountains.
Ashe is leveling here for reference.
All the world on one arrow. Amarosans, stand together. My aim is true.
Man, if we just saw like one Tavern Keeper this game, we'd be so far ahead. Something else that's really important about Florida making minimum wage $15 is that Florida voted to make minimum wage $15 while Biden lost there. Which, again, just really reinforces the fact that the Democrats need to change what their messaging is and what they're fighting for. Because things like increasing the minimum wage and helping people are actually wildly popular among people who vote for both parties. Do we gotta kill that? I feel like I'm supposed to just pass here. But I could just kill this inside of combat, and this lets me wait a turn to see what I draw for this. Now, I think that's too reductionist and honestly borderline kind of racist, Flaming Swag.
They'll never see it coming.
unique insight into dragons.
Most are cruel, vicious, and deadly. Avarosans, stand together!
Civilized Scholar, good morning. Thank you for the sub gifties. I really appreciate that and all the other support you've given here over the years. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome to our newest members of Homelandia. NixieBet NA. Thank you for the 10 months. I really appreciate that. Getting that prime back this game.
Dragons have no remorse.
I didn't have Crystal Arrow to draw. I didn't have anything that drew through the previous turn. Yeah, Razor Thin Margin. That game makes me think I probably need that third Innkeeper that I cut. I don't know how I fit it in here though. All of our slots are super tight. No, I didn't. I drew it the following turn, Lampton. I think I did. I don't remember now. Maybe you're right. No, you're right. I did. I did have Crystal Arrow at the end of the previous turn, because I thought about if they didn't open attacks, I could do it. You're right. I could have. Yeah, just like isn't a slot to fit it in. Just like maybe I give up Troll Chant. Is Troll Chant the card I give up? Yeah, I think it's like, this card is decent against aggro, but it's kind of mediocre against the control deck. Are mistakes easily recognized in Runeterra? I don't know that it's easy. I don't know that it's strict to say mistakes are easy to recognize so much as, it's easy to look back on a game and see a lot of different decision points you could have gone differently. Like, I don't think it's necessarily easy to pick out which decision went astray, but I rarely walk away from a game of Runeterra feeling like feeling like I played perfectly. Yeah, so the most important thing to understand about Runeterra Cafe is that unlike Magic, the turn structure is fluid instead of being rigidly set. So if your opponent hasn't attacked, they could be attacking at any point, basically. I think I'm actually going to get rid of both these Troll Chants and go up another Dragon Lieutenant. I feel like I want a 2-drop on 2 most games. This card's been really good so far. With Egghead Researcher and Shyvana and Screeching Dragon, we meet the Behold cost on it pretty consistently, I think. Biden pulled ahead in PA and Georgia. Is this deck a request? This is a deck that I had in my deck queue that I hadn't had a chance to play on stream yet. That, Extras and Lampton both donated for to get it into today. We did, Beansy. We survived on one. Skin of our teeth. One is not none indeed. I actually think it's easier on average to pick out mistakes when you're playing Runeterra than compared to Magic, in large part because, playing Spooky Karma? In large part because there's just so many player choices in these games, whereas a lot of times it can be difficult in Magic to, like, figure out when you got screwed or flooded versus not. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this here, get some pressure going.
There's much to learn in the field.
You seem like you've got a lot to learn.
You seem like you've got a lot to learn. So now the question is, do I let this stop me from attacking? Probably not. This Challenger isn't super useful in this matchup anyways, and getting these things traded off before Thresh comes down is valuable.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
I think no overhealing on the Nexus is a generally good thing. I think no overhealing on the Nexus is one of the things that keeps aggro extra competitive in this game. And I think aggro decks being good is good. I also think no overhealing on the Nexus is one of the things that helps keep this game from having garbage time, which is also good.
You must have some unique insight into dragons.
Most are cruel, vicious, and deadly. I am watching you, dragon.
I'm a little sad that when she says I'm watching you drag into this doesn't like growl or something in response.
They are nothing.
Feel like that's a missed opportunity. I'm gonna hook this one here. Let's get rid of their way to gain life.
Currents pull them down. What form will the waters take?
Screech, whatever. Details. Hey, Scooter. Thank you for the Prime support. It's good to see you around. Hope you're staying safe out there wherever you're at. It was my favorite type of math to study when I got my degree / now. So the my master's project was in a what did I do? My master's project was in graph theory. It's definitely my favorite type of mathematics. Which, for people that are not familiar with what graph theory entails, it's basically the study of networks. Do I pass here? Passing burns 6 mana on their part. It burns 4 for me, but like I'm ahead on board. I think we just pass. They're a Ruination deck.
To the sky.
A gift from the river folk.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of cards, but we're ahead on board, and that's where we need to be ahead in this game, this matchup for sure.
Ionia speaks through me.
So this has +2/+2. I think I Tavern Keeper this, and then plan to single combat these two. Bring back Mana Burn for Runeterra. Lol. I'm gonna go ahead and play Egghead Researcher out here. I don't mind if this gets swept away, and getting to generate the other dragon into my hand sounds great. This is such a good one for Egghead Researcher to get too. Like, when your Egghead Researcher draws you a threat that draws you more threats, it's just very chef's kiss. Ruinate me, daddy. Oh, yeah. You know just what I like. So, I think we just played this and open on the scout attack, right? Is the plan here. And then next turn I save this to enable Nightfall on the Eclipse Dragon. So when you only attack with scouts, you get to go again. Oh yeah, Vengeance me. Vengeance me! Egghead Researcher is super overperformed in this set. Card's very good. Sure. Alright, the next one's gonna tell us to pack our bags, chat. Lightning. Thank you for BJ Lightning. Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning to you.
One candle for every son.
The answer lies within.
Just damage. Pack your bags does not drain.
Will no one listen?
Will no one listen?
All the world on one arrow.
What's going on, Coach Berg? Thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Thanks, BJ.
They'll come for you.
We each hold a world within. Breathe in, breathe out.
I skipped their attack. That seems okay for us.
These biggest tombstones.
I think I just want to Rhyme Tusk here and try and get set up to kill them next turn. We Destroyer and Wolf their Hearthstone dead. That's not true. They're at 6. This doesn't have Challenger. How? What am I missing here? This has no bonus attack. It has 7 attack. Yeah, they have a 4 toughness and a 3 toughness. 2 people have said it now, so what am I missing?
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
Lady Elise, where are you?
So, I could have lethal in the event that my opponent made a huge mistake. Yeah, that's a pretty pie in the sky. I feel like they're pretty unlikely to block with this. You could have lethal if the opponent chose to block nothing. That's accurate.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Come to the light.
No.
Mike Garan, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
They're coming. Hide.
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
think not.
Block the attacking 0-4. They have the Ionia card that lets them pick it back up and make a copy of it. The 5 mana KDA spell. That would make it a 4-4, and then give them another one in their hand.
Ice runs in our veins.
A chill in the air.
Okay, this means that this levels Ashe. The question is, have they had a Ruination they've been sandbagging this whole time?
Ionia speaks through me.
The time is right. Strike now. Show me a target. I'll lead us to victory.
So they have this, and they've drawn a lot of spells here. So we could see like double whale here, like a worst case scenario, which means they have it. Double grasp is also not great for us. They could also just have a couple of Vile Feasts and it wouldn't be stellar. I don't think we beat double whale. They have whale and Vile Feast. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do big. This matchup's probably pretty bad for us. Our deck doesn't have a ton of closing power. We're not quite aggressive enough to get under that, and we definitely can't go over the top of them. Yeah, the opponent's archetype is the closest to do nothing control that Runeterra has. Alright, Scouts matchup A. Definitely want the Hawk, definitely want to keep a Shyvana. I think I'm mulliganing these looking for 2 and 3 drops to play in between. Found one of them at least. I will say that I kind of love, from a game theory perspective, that spooky Karma is a deck again, because like there were a bunch of people who were complaining that Orion Sol rendered Karma useless as a piece of top end threat, and that obviously has not been the case. Well, we've got champions,
Break
chat.
their spirits and their swords. Winter take you.
Darn. Thank you for the 39 bucks. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
I am more than I seem.
Yeah, we played Scouts last night for reference. Yeah, for folks who are my regulars, we did some impromptu Runeterra last night as well. So if you weren't here for that live, there's some videos on extra videos up on YouTube.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
How do we feel about giving this Challenger? I'm kind of into it. This is Grant's Challenger, right?
Soldier. They are nothing.
If they have the give this +2/+2 card, I don't get to kill it this turn, but otherwise I think this is great. Pretty far ahead on board now.
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
Hot damn, it's the boss. You best start running.
Hot damn, it's the boss.
I suppose.
I suppose. Would you like to let my dragons deal damage? I would love to let my dragons deal damage. Easy open on attacks here, right? Is it an easy open on attacks? I guess I have Ashe. So, like, if they play something else out, Ashe is just going to frostbite it. Yeah, I'm a liar. Let's play Ashe.
All the world on one arrow.
Unfortunately, we're one mana short of being able to flash freeze with the other Ashe this turn, but... The tiebreaker on strongest for Frostbite is health and then cost, so she's currently frostbiting Quinn, which is great.
Show me a target.
And then because this is bigger from Omen Hawk, this can't kill it in combat without some help. So this hitting will level Shyvana, and then she'll have Fury here. That's unfortunate. Are you kidding me? Man, that's frustrating.
Stay on the target.
Well,
The more we learn, the less we fear.
I could have played around double riposte ordering those differently, right?
Still heart, steady aim.
If I would have put the Quinn in front of Shyvana, Shyvana would have lived there. Yeah, usually they don't play a lot of riposte, is accurate.
The age of dragons is begun. Oh dear.
Justice takes flight. Fly swiftly, kill swiftly.
I'm gonna cash this in.
Rangers, with me.
You know, people keep saying leveled Quinn's a rare one, but I've seen like 6 leveled Quinns in the last 2 days. I think the people that think leveled Quinn is rare have not played against this archetype enough. It's like the 3rd or 4th time in the last 24 hours I've seen a leveled Quinn.
Faster than my arrow.
Alka, thanks for
I
the
think not.
11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, that's why. This is why their deck is good, right? Like, both of these champions are traditionally very hard to level, and their archetype is good at leveling both of them.
Alright, let's mess some folks up.
Oh, Bertrand. Avarosans, stand together!
Quit your yapping.
Not even just quit on my side of the table. The third fucking riposte. So, like, it's very easy to just be frustrated that they had 3 ripostes there in an archetype that usually doesn't play a lot of that card, but it's also important to remember that had I sequenced my attacks differently the 2 turns prior, we likely very easily win that game. So, had I simply put Quinn in front of Shyvana and Valor in front of my Screeching Dragon, the riposte on the Quinn, the riposte can't kill my Shyvana and my Dragon that previous turn. So it's very easy to, like, write it off as a cop-out and take no personal responsibility and just lament how unlucky you are that they not only play a card that's not common to play in that archetype, but drew all 3 of them. But I also had agency in the order in which I made some decisions that game, which is important to acknowledge. You can't change what cards your opponent's playing or what they end up drawing. You can have control over your own choices, though. Yona, Pilt over Teemo. Hard to know exactly what they're doing. They could just be playing this as an elusive threat. Opponent's archetype isn't, opponent's deck isn't an established archetype, so there could be a lot of things. It could be Kinko Shrooms, but Kinko Shrooms usually plays a second champion. Like, usually you play Zed. It could be just an elusive deck, yeah.
Winter take you.
I think I want to hold on to this until it can have Challenger later, potentially.
The sea tells me all I need.
So this would imply they're more of a Mushrooms deck than an elusive deck. So probably not playing Kinko with the Investigator as a card that they've played.
Stand aside. An expert is at work.
But just playing cards they like. Deck, it seems like.
All the world on one arrow.
So cold.
Am I willing to trade these? I don't know that I am.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
I am more than I seem. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's cute.
I'll scout ahead. More mushrooms.
What's the
So I have 7 mana total here, so I can play a 2, and a 3.
Way.
Take the high ground.
nothing.
Yeah, Shyvana's spell being granted is super good. She's built your own Screecher Dragon. Yeah, in a lot of ways. That is truly unfortunate. Actual perfect KO for our board. That was randomly generated off Flash of Brilliance too. Plague Wind's a good card. Yep. Go ahead and play a Tavern Keeper to start to heal this a little bit.
What will you have?
Start beating down. Hello, youngest son. How are your classes this morning?
Good.
Kid?
But my husband don't want my phone, so my knife turned off when I'm walking to work. In 15 minutes, you might hear it during work.
I don't know that I understood what you just said. Mom said you could watch your phone for 15 minutes?
No.
Oh, you're watching. Oh, you want to watch me work for 15 minutes? Okay, yeah, you can hang out in here with me.
Hear my alarm. My phone.
Oh, there's an alarm on your phone, and we might hear it if you're in here watching me. Got it. Do I want to bump into this? Is it worth putting 2 points of damage on this dragon to hit them for 4? I think the answer is no. Barriers are temporary. I think we just do this and eat the Investigator here. It might be right to eat the Investigator with this dragon, so that way I can have 2 that are kind of evenly sized.
Subterfuge, hidden clues, it's all here. The facts fall into place.
Come on in.
Come on in.
And that would mean
Sunberg max with map with Pix is cute.
yes, of course.
Yep.
Whoa, don't eat that.
What you looking for?
This could turn out to be a rather challenging turn for my opponent.
You're so hungry. Hello, friends.
I think I just take 11 and go to 6 here. I think I want to save these to help my dragons kill their board next turn without dying back.
You were forged in dragon fire.
Five, 2, and 7, 3. I think that's fine. I think I want to hold on to these just in case they have another elusive idiot.
What's that you got there?
Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot this had Challenger. I meant to drag Von Yip over and I didn't.
You freak. Whoa.
It'll be okay. Morning, Logan.
Happy to do whatever's needed.
I will unite the Freljord.
I will unite the Freljord.
My reputation precedes us.
That animation is so good.
The time is right. Strike now. As the arrow flies.
Sure, boss. Safety first.
No tips.
There's more care in that unplayable cards animation than 80% of Arena's card pool. Yep. Well, turns out they are playing Kinkos. And I'm really glad they missed. Timo could have killed us there. We'd have been okay.
I got the goods.
The war is over. Now we rebuild.
So, as far as this deck goes, I feel like I'm not certain that Ashe felt like a good pairing for the Shyvana package. I feel like my big takeaway from playing this set was that this pool of Demacia cards, these 17-ish, yeah, I think so, Lambton. This was definitely a worse Ashe deck. These 17 cards though felt very, very reasonable, and I would want to explore other places to take these 17 and pair them with 23 other cards. I don't think I agree with that, Lambton. I think I liked it a lot better than the Fiora build that we played. There's also some of these details were a little bit different as well. We played a Leona Shyvana deck. We have not. So pairing it with the Daybreak package could be okay. But yeah, basically Shyvana, Screeching Dragon, Concerted Strike with them, and single combat to make them level up felt very reasonable. Egghead Researcher really overperformed in that set. This card was just stellar constantly for us. Decent cheat body for blocking aggro early, and a lot of the random dragons that you generate are good value in the mid to late game. And then the other big takeaway was that I wasn't sure how Dragon Lieutenant was going to feel with only like 9 dragons, like these 6 plus Egghead. And I think 9 dragons was an appropriate number. That's probably about the floor for Lieutenant to be super playable, and it felt very reasonable throughout that set with that. So that deck felt fine, but was underwhelmed by the Freljord cards, and specifically the Ashe package. Now, there could be this build, like, having some flash freezes and, like, Troll Chance that we weren't playing, but we could play with Shyvana could be okay. So it could be worth exploring this in a non-Frostbite shell. Like, you know, maybe you just play Trundle. He's just a good card. You could play Trundle or, you know, Sajani as a piece of top end that lets you be interactive and control the board a little bit and has decent with Frostbite. So there's other directions you could go in the Freljord package, but Ashe specifically did not feel great as a pairing, and the Frostbite package that goes with Ashe did not feel amazing alongside these to me. All right, what are we doing? We are going to play a second deck this morning.